take a breath together. So I'm just going to do a few sentences here about living from vision. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, who really made the ancient practice of visioning more available to us as human beings, is well known for the phrase, pain pushes until vision pulls. And so I invite you to just pay attention to what's motivating what you're doing in life. If you feel pushed, stop. Stop. And allow yourself to go inward and hear what's God's idea of itself as your life. What's God's idea for your path? And see how everything shifts to where suddenly, instead of feeling like because if you're being pushed, there's resistance, right? Versus being pulled where it's lifting us as it moves us forward. So pay attention to how it feels doing what it is you're doing. If you're being pushed, there's something greater available. And so the practice this morning, excuse me, okay. It's colliding with my beard hairs. It's just going to have to learn to adjust because they're not coming off. So Debra and I are going to lead you through the visioning practice. And we're going to start with just kind of a little interplay about what visioning is. So if you would please join me, Miss Debra.
So you have some questions, huh?
I do. I do.
Well, let's see if we can answer those.
What if I get weird things? When we're doing the visioning, what if I get weird ideas or pictures that seem to make no sense?
Well, that's just perfect. Just perfect, really. Because Spirit speaks to us in ways that are mysterious, and we don't always know.
So should I try to interpret those things?
Well, it's better if you don't. It's better if you just allow those to come to you and just express as they are.
And so I just write down whatever weirdness comes or sketch whatever picture is in my mind?
Well, Rev, weirdness?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just write down whatever comes. Yes.
Okay. So what do you do with all this stuff after you get it?
Well, we have been visioning since September, and we have visioned like 8 times in different venues. And what we do is we're collecting them. If you just look over here for a second, we're putting them all. These are all the questions.
It's my Vanna White moment.
Yeah. And so this is everything that has come to us so far in the visioning. And so we're collecting all those, and then we're going to have a harvest of those as we continue on in the visioning process.
And what does harvesting mean?
So harvesting means we're just going to pull the thread and we're going to look and see what has Spirit been speaking to us about finding our new home. What's been showing up in the consciousness of everyone?
All righty. So before we get into this, I want to say something to the folks online. I'm going to do a clearing exercise first, a clearing meditation first, so that we clear away all of our preconceived notions that are hanging out in our brain, because what we want is what's deeper than our brain activity. If you post your responses to the questions on whatever platform you're using, just know those are public. I would just want to remind everybody. If you're comfortable with that, great. We'll harvest them from there. If you're not comfortable with them being public, you are welcome to text them to me at 916-390-7036. Let me say that again slowly so you can jot it down. 916-390-7036.
Sorry.
Oh, here. You don't take that with you. Like, what is that? Okay. You can also email them to info@columbiacsl.com and we'll harvest them from there. So you have choices if you're in the online. If you're here in the room, we're going to pass out a sheet that has the questions that you can write the answers on. We got plenty of pens and pencils on the table there in the back. When we get to that place, or if you want to go get a writing instrument now, feel free to do that. You can either turn in the piece of paper when you're done, or if you want to keep those, then I can take a screenshot of it, I can just take a photo of it, or you can go home and email those. So we all got choices. This thing of inclusion comes with a lot of different avenues of operation, because that's how inclusion actually works. All right, so I'm going to give us a minute to get situated. And then we're just going to go into a clearing exercise. They're right here.
Kindly put your hand up if you need a pen, and I'm going to bring around some of them.
And when we get to the part where you're recording your responses, whatever you get in the vision, there is no right or wrong way to do this. If you get a picture and you want to sketch that picture, sketch it. If you get a word, write it down. If you get a smell, write that down. Whatever you get, just share it however you feel called to share it. There is no right or wrong way that we do this. Wait till Debra's done passing those out. And Eamon needs one over here. Okay. So I'm going to invite everybody to just let go of whatever you're doing and just go inward for a moment. To allow all of the ideas that your brain has to show up on a blackboard in your mind. Just write them all down. A blackboard, a dry erase board, whatever works for you, so that you can see what's already operating in your thoughts. And I invite you to become aware of your level of investment in those ideas. How attached are you? And then I invite you to bring to mind an eraser. One in each hand. And I invite you to lift your non-dominant hand eraser and begin to remove all of the preconceived ideas. And just to notice if there's resistance to letting them go. And in those spaces of resistance, to simply breathe into the resistance and to continue to erase all of those ideas. Knowing that you have memory, you can put them back when we're done. But for now, just let them go. And so if you have any remaining ideas on the board, just wipe them away. And Deborah's going to take us into a connecting meditation.
So allow your next breath to be a little bit deeper than the one before. Recognizing that this very breath is the breath of God, the divine, that universal intelligence, that all-knowing, all-powerful presence that is beating our very hearts. It is the heartbeat of life. And there is a synchronizing right now in this moment, in this very room, of our collective breaths, our heartbeats, our consciousness. So we breathe again a little bit deeper into that, just allowing whatever's gone on before to gently fall into the background. Just releasing, releasing, and allowing this breath to circulate in and through every cell, every fiber of our being. Knowing that this presence is sustaining all of life. It is that spiraling upward. It is that perfect joy, perfect peace, that wholeness of life. Holding all of its life. It is all that is seen and all that is unseen. So in recognizing this, I accept a deeper knowing, a deeper remembering of who we are. As we have tenderly and gently cleared away all that is to be cleared away. Allowing a new thought, a new experience to be birthed, to be known, to be felt. So we tenderly get ready. Get ready, my soul. We're going to dive into our questions. So our first question: What is Spirit's vision of a dedicated space for our spiritual community? We look, we feel, and we listen with an open heart. What does it look like? Teaming up, staying in this sacred and holy space. Continuing to breathe. What does the space look like? I got it. What does it feel like? We look, listen, and feel with an open heart. What does it sound like? We look, listen, and feel with an open heart. What is happening there? What is happening there? And we look and listen and feel with an open heart. We're going to move to our second question. What must we release? What must we release? And we look and listen and feel with an open heart. We're going to move to our third question. What must I become? What must we become? We look, listen, and feel with an open heart. Our next question. What must we embrace? What must we embrace? And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. Our next question. What is my part in fulfilling this vision? What is my part in fulfilling this vision? And we look and listen and feel with an open heart. And this is our final question. What else is to be known at this time? What else is moving through me as spirit at this time that wants to be known? And we look and listen and feel with an open heart. And as we rest together, just a little bit deeper in our breath, in our presence here, I speak the word of the One, moving, expressing, and knowing itself exquisitely in all the majesty and glory, right here in this very room, right now. And so I'm knowing that each beloved that is present here online, in person, and anywhere that is not seen by my eyes is included in this visioning, is a part of this whole. Because we are indeed one body of life, moving, expressing, living, loving, being one. And so my heart is filled with gratitude for this process, for this spiritual practice of visioning, knowing that as it is practiced and embodied and embraced, that it reveals so much, so very much. And I am very grateful for the visioning team of Amen and Reverend Jenna, and Gary and Sylvia and myself, who have been gathering in person, for all those who have joined us online in our town hall meeting, on Zoom, in this room, and for all that were not able to be present physically here with us this morning, but are of course here with us in spirit. And for all those who will want to experience visioning in the future, and all the beloveds that are part of this spiritual community that have given their time, talent, and treasures, who have showed up and participated in this community. So thankful, so grateful. Grateful for this time, grateful for this experience, grateful for your love, your presence here today, and for your deep, loving hearts. So I release now into that alchemy of love and law, knowing there is no waiting period, that it is done as it is spoken. And I just let it go and let it be, knowing that all is well. And together we say, and so it is.